So it still works though. So you'll need to preheat the oven to 180. So that's something mums and dads will have to do too, kiddies, which is fine. You can help them with all the measuring. Okay, so firstly I've got my laptop here and I've got the recipe on here because obviously Ethan's doing the cameras. Right, so firstly we'll need to preheat the oven, which we've just done. Mix the sugars, vanilla and an egg in the bowl. Cool, okay, so we'll get the sugars first. We've got the butter here, so we can pour that in. It's a bit hot, so I've got it lying on this flannel. Woo! There we go. What's cooking if you don't make a little mess, right? So we've got butter. Now we need sugar. We need, how much sugar do we need? 3/4. So this is where you guys come in. So this is 1/3, and I've got over here 1/4. So we'll be needing that quarter. I think Mum was using it for baking this morning. And we need 3 of them, it says, of each sugar. Now it's got a lot of sugar in it, so that's why me and my brother just love it. Okay, so let's measure it out, shall we? So that's 1, 2, 3. So we're done with the white sugar. Now for the brown. Now the brown is so like crumbly, and then it always generally sticks together, so you might have to grab a whole heap and push it down so that it molds to the shape of the measuring cup, and then you'll have a 1/4 cup. So that's 1. Ooh, there's lots of lumps in this one. 2. Oh, need a little bit more on that one. You could even use the back of a knife to get a really flat look to it. 3. Awesome. So now we've got the butters. You can come closer and have a look. Butters and the sugar in there. So now what we're going to do is mix that all together, as well as put some vanilla and egg in a large bowl. Cool, perfect. So we've got our vanilla essence here, and we're going to measure 1 teaspoon. Do you guys know what 1 teaspoon is? Do you think it's this one? No, it's tablespoon. So it's, look, that's quarter of a teaspoon, half of a teaspoon. So teaspoon is generally the second biggest one. So put that in there. There we go. Make that gooey vanilla taste that we all love. Then 1 egg. What I always do is I just drop it, because often if you crack it there, it gets all the bits, but you drop it and then it cracks perfectly. There we go. Right, always remember to clean up your bench space after you drop something. Very important. Right, so next we've got that. We'll mix that all in. So this is where you guys come in too. You can do all the mixing. Now be careful, because the butter's still probably hot and it's very slippery. So if you mix it too hard, it'll go outside your bowl. Right, once we've mixed that all in, we can stir in the flour. Now you're going to need a lot of flour. It's 2 1/4 cups. So let's get going. Right. So what's this, guys? Do you know what this measurement is? Is it a cup? Or is that a cup? Can you tell me? The big one. Well done. This is half a cup. We don't seem to need that one today. Right. So you're going to measure out 1 big cup. Put it in the bowl here. Ooh! It's very smoky. Alright. Second one, going in. And then a quarter. Right, now we're going to mix that in. So come in closer and you can see how I fold it all in. You can see it's all nice and gooey. But it's going, do you know what the flour does to it, guys? We're going to add baking soda too. When we put flour into something gooey or runny, what do you think it does? It kind of molds with the goo and kind of forms like a dough, so it forms more firm. Right, for baking soda, we need, I think it's a teaspoon. Yeah, half a teaspoon, cool. We've got half a teaspoon here. I'm gonna sprinkle that in there, and I think we need some salt. Woohoo! Salt. So it says a teaspoon of salt, but I've just got a salt shaker, which you guys can use too. And I just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be enough. Give or take. Right. Here comes, oh, it's getting stiffer, you can feel it. There's the dough thickening. You guys see it start to change color, so instead of the dark, it's going lighter, and it kind of looks like a nice caramel. Which that's what the brown sugar does, it makes these cookies taste more caramelized, which is really good. Right, this is time when we get our nuts and we get the chocolate chips. So pour a couple of those. Sometimes you can chop them, but I just like roughly breaking them into little bits. So you guys can do that too, easy peasy. You can chop or you can roughly put as many bits in there as you like. Now oh, that means our oven's ready. Perfect timing, we're nearly ready. So after this, I'll put in the chocolate chips, and then we roll them all into balls. And then they'll go on our lovely, I've already got some baking paper and a baking tray there ready for us. So then they'll go in there and into the oven, and it doesn't take long at all. It only takes about, I think it's like 15 to 20 minutes, depending on whether you like them fudgy or whether you like them fudgy or crunchy. Yeah. Right, nearly finished with the pecans, then in goes the chocolate chips. Okay, you can switch it off.